3, 2, 1. Servus, Grüezi, and welcome not to the best, now your favorite podcast with your favorite people, your favorite break show, and my guest this time all the way from beautiful Brazil, yes, representing Zulu Kings, Ill Abilities, and Gangi Gangrena. Please,
Yes, sir.
boys for Perninha.
Yeah, 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 yeah. What's up? What's up?
My G, first of all, like I said, thanks so much for taking the time. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me,
And I always, at the beginning, I like to give the flowers to the people because I only bring people that inspire me and I like on a personal level also. Of course, all the OGs I don't know personally, but I know you personally. And
Yes.
you're really inspiring your story, how you dance, how you approach the dance. You also been a guest in our jam, and always good times, always positive. So shout outs to you, man, and shout outs to
Thank
everything.
you. Thank you so much. It's a big pleasure like be here. Like I told you before, I saw some of the podcasts that you did and with a lot of like people that inspire me also.
I
Like
did
the
half
last
of
one
your
with
crew
Born,
already, man. I did
yeah.
Amuka, I did Kujo.
Yeah, and it's really nice that we have kind of the same inspirations.
Yes, yes. I
Not
did
only me
Redo
and you,
too.
but
I did Redo
yeah,
too.
yeah. Not only me and you, but I mean in general the scene we have almost the same perspective around the mentors or the idols that we want to
I mean,
to.
we respect the OGs
Yeah.
before us. You are also
So
interested in the history, not only the
yeah, so
music.
it's really nice for me be one of these persons. I know that I know the responsibility to be that type of person for the especially for the kids for the new
Yes, yes,
generation.
yes, yes, yes.
But yeah, I'm really glad like to be here and part
So,
of it.
how old are you now?
Now I'm 30. I'm gonna be
What?
31 this year.
Welcome to the club. And what age did you start?
So I started breaking when I was 12, I think, or 13. Yes, kind
So
of like this.
that's 18 years ago, right?
Yes,
So
yes.
18 years, that's 2007.
7, yes.
Yeah. But do you remember the first thing that you saw that was hip hop? Like a
Yeah.
music
It's
video?
crazy because the first contact that I have with hip hop was with the music.
Yes.
I think most of us
Everybody,
is
I
like
think.
this.
Yes.
Yes. But I'm not a writer. I don't do graffiti.
Yeah.
But the first contact was with graffiti because in my
Mm.
city back in the days, we have a lot of like gangs,
So what does
but not
it
like
called?
in João Pessoa
Oh,
city in Brazil.
okay, okay.
João Pessoa. Yeah, it's in the northeast of Brazil. We live nearby the sea. It's
Okay.
really nice tropical area. So summer every day of the year. But like I said, back in the days we have a lot of like little gangs in the neighbors, and these
Mm.
kind of gangs they do like like in GTA,
They mark their
the parts.
territory.
Yes, and I was introduced uh, by them for the graffiti like that. I was writing not Perninha, but I was writing my name like Lucas or Killer or something like that. That they was inspiring me to do like, yo, do something that you
So
like.
you naturally got friends who did this, and then you get the part of it, and you also start doing it.
Yeah. And I had no like, how can I say, I could not imagine this is like part of hip hop, you know what I'm saying?
You just
But
did it. It
I
was
was
okay. Yeah,
for
yeah.
me it was just like writing
Yes,
something on the wall with my friends.
yes, yes.
And yeah, this was my first contact with hip hop like scene. And then I start to be more involved with the music, like listen Tupac and
Fuck.
this kind of music.
Yeah.
And then when I was like 12, one friend of mine, he showed me the BC1. And
Which
and
one?
it was crazy because when he showed me BC1 was not like, oh, I saw something, people breaking, was not that. Because he knows me for a long time, like since we born together, like since we was a kid, he just told me like, yo, I saw a guy who has the same leg as you. And I was like, ooh.
Junior.
Bro, but it's not the same, you know what I'm saying?
But he meant Junior.
But it was Junior. And he said, "Yo, I saw a guy doing the something crazy, and he has a leg like you. Can you see that? Come to my house to watch this." And I was like so excited because I was like curious. I was a kid. I was
So
just riding
you
my
remember
bike, doing my graffiti
you
stuff.
remember which edition?
I think was 2005. Yeah, BC1 2005.
Was it the one with the background like many people and
Yeah. The
like
one that Palazino was there.
Perezinho, yes, and then it
Yeah.
was no, then I think it was 2006, I think.
No, it was 2005.
Was it
Yeah.
2005 in
I think
Berlin?
Lilu won. Lilu
Ah,
won
yeah,
that.
then it was in Berlin, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that was crazy for me because when I saw Junior, and the most powerful thing for me was not see Junior break because it was amazing.
Of course.
That was amazing. But the thing was Junior break against all the people that don't have disability, you know? And that for me was really shocked because I was like, oh, I all my like young age, I was trying to do some sports or doing some like normal stuff,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
people was always putting me in another like box. Oh, you cannot do with the normal kids. You can
yeah.
do with these kids like you. And
Yes,
when
yes.
I saw Junior competing against all the guys there, I was like, yo, I can do that. You
Uh,
know, so
so
this kind of like fire start to burn.
yes, yes. Of course, we talk about your disability. You have a
Yeah.
short leg, so I guess you just have been born like that, right?
Yeah. That
Yeah.
that's how I born. Like I don't know why, but
Mhm.
my mother just like have a normal pregnant, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
like,
yeah,
and
yeah.
when I born with a short femur. I think is that
Okay,
the
okay.
bomb. Yeah, and that's why my left leg is shorter than the my
So
right leg.
until you find breaking, you do try different sports. What
Yeah.
stuff did you try?
Bro, it's crazy because my mother told me I started to try to walk when I was like 1 years old.
So you,
So by myself, just like crashing on the ground, trying to use the hands.
but when
And
at what age was it the bigger difference?
yeah. Since
The
when I
beginning?
was like 1 year old, you could see like the difference.
Okay.
Because when I was a little baby, you could not see that difference
Yes, of
because
course.
was more like I born with both legs kind of the same size, and when I start to grow, you could see the
Yes, yes.
difference. And it's crazy because you know, in Brazil we have our parents introduce us to the football or
Yeah.
sports
Yeah.
when we was like really uh like young. And my father gave me like a ball and I started to play football. And same as Samuka, for example, we play a lot of football on the street with the friends and some stuff like this,
Mhm.
but not something, you know, that we could see, oh, I want to do this professionally
Not
or
serious.
not. But yeah, but more like to having fun. And then when I start to see, like I told you, that situation, people trying to put me in like out of
They
the
treat you
match or
different.
out
They
the
treat you differently.
seeing like, oh, you cannot play same way as us, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And I start to do another sport. So I try to change every time. So I start with soccer,
Mm-hmm.
and they say, yo, you cannot play like here in the middle, and they put me to be a goalkeeper, and I was a goalkeeper, and I'm really good. I'm
You're,
not
you're,
saying that,
you're
but
like
I'm really
you
good.
jump.
Yeah. And then I start to take more serious, and they say, no, you cannot play professionally because of your prosthetic leg, blah blah blah.
Ah, you
And I
played with the
say,
prosthetic leg.
yeah.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
And then I start to do swimming, and
Yeah.
then from swimming, I met a guys who do like parkour, and I start to do a parkour,
What the
and bro,
fuck?
I start, and I start to do like many other stuff, and
Crazy
then I find
motherfucker.
a friend who introduced me to capoeira, and then uh, that friend showed me the DVD of breaking,
Nice, nice.
because you know capoeira and breaking have
Of course,
particularities. Yeah,
we always, when I started dancing, we always thought breaking comes from capoeira, so before we
yeah.
had the knowledge, so.
So it's crazy because on my whole young age, I was not fighting against myself, but more fighting against the people who was look at me and see like
Of course.
ET, you know, like
But
person who come from
you
another
mentioned
planet.
Samuka, you know him long time then?
Yeah, 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 I know Samuka from I think 1 year later or 2 years later, then he lost his leg.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
So, you live nearby or?
No, 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 no. We are like 3 hours flight from each other.
Ah,
Yeah,
okay.
but when I went to Samuca's city first time, I was like people knew it me already in Brazil, and Samuca was taking more serious breaking at that time because uh not long time ago he lost his leg,
Yeah, yeah.
and he did like a power move battle, I think. I
Okay.
remember that, and he won. And I did hand hops contest, and I won the hand hops contest. Yeah,
You both disability guys smoke everybody.
yeah, and it was really fun because his hair. I have the picture already. I'm gonna
It's
send
big.
you later. His hair was shaved because all the situation, but he was like really focused to do like breaking stuff. It was really really
The
nice.
beauty of the dance, man. You see, doesn't matter. You have a disability. Doesn't matter. You find the dance.
Yeah,
You go there, you and him, and you smoke. People, they have everything. That's
yeah. I think it's the magic behind the hard situation, the struggle, that we find a solution to make uh how can I say,
you don't.
to see the other side,
Many
to see the other
people, many people. This for you also in Samuka and also Redo. I talk with him. This shows really strong character, because you don't feel
yeah,
sorry for yourself. You know, people could easily be like, "Oh, I feel sorry. I have this. I cannot do
yeah,
this. Everybody can do this. I cannot do anything." But you are totally opposite, and that's
yeah,
that's just science. So respect to you guys. It's always amazing to hear these stories. And
yeah, yeah. And
great.
the crazy thing is like it's not easy. It's not easy like
And
our
nobody
life.
say it's easy. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but when you find a way to do it, they the situation turns easier.
Into
Uh,
something positive.
yeah.
You guys are the ultimate original B-boys because your moves nobody can do.
And that's crazy. Like I was talking with a friend yesterday. He was like, "Yo, I saw you doing something. I gonna bite." And my friend told me, and I said, "Yeah, you can bite. It's not be the same as me."
Yeah. And like I said, I know you guys. You also been to our jam and everything, and we always make fun of each other. And you
Yeah,
also a very good sport about it. You also make videos and in social media, so it's always
yeah.
very cool. It's I used to joke then. I said, "Oh, Samuka is always doing the same thing. He always do everything with one leg." So it's all yeah. Now you
Yeah,
go.
I think that kind of fun stuff make the way that we talk about the serious thing more like soft. I
Yeah,
think
because
that's.
it's a hard topic, and
Yeah, of
uh,
course, of
it,
course. Especially for me, when I start to talk about my condition,
yeah.
the struggle that I have
Mhm.
because of the people from outside, or Samuka, for example, when he start to talk about the cancer or all
Yeah.
this stuff, it's heavy. Is a heavy talk. So we have to change
I mean,
the way.
if for me, like the people who don't have it, it's hard for them. I mean, I would
Yeah,
never, if I didn't know Samuka longer, I would never ask him, "Hey, what happened?" This is something that you guys have to share.
yeah,
When I see that you're having a good life and you don't care about it, then it also makes it for me more easy to listen to it and then maybe ask some questions, but
nice.
but I know also other people and other people
Yeah,
don't care and
yeah.
they just come and say, "Hey, what the fuck happened to you?"
Yes.
That's crazy. But breaking wise, you remember the first thing that you practiced? Because you already
Yeah.
had capoeira, right? But
Yeah,
what
yeah, yeah,
first
yeah. And
thing
in
breaking?
capoeira, we do a lot of like handstand
So
and
you
stuff
already
like
have the
this.
balance?
No, no, no. I start to practice that. But
Yeah.
I have a friend from my city, and he start together with me. His name is Fidel,
Hmm.
and we make a crew together also. But I'm not part of this crew anymore.
Okay.
And it's crazy because we start to learn everything by ourselves. Like someone was like doing this, oh, do this or do that. But we just come to the street and we start to do handstand. We start to do like babe freeze. We
But you
start
had
to do
still
like,
the BC one, you still watch it
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and,
After watch BC1,
and
yes,
take from there the moves and try to
yes,
copy it, right? Like
yes.
yeah.
And then like couple months after we start, and I think 1 year later, I find a place in my city. It's not active anymore, but
Mhm.
back in the days was a place like a cultural place that have people who already know how to break, like the best b-boys at that time here in my region. And I start to go there and practicing. And the crazy thing, like I told you in soccer, I was using my prosthetic. I start breaking with my prosthetic also.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah. And I
And
start to do top rock. I start to do like baby freeze,
okay.
head hops with the
Yeah.
prosthetic, and all this. And since when I went to this place, this cultural stuff, I have my first like mentor. He's a OG from my city. His name is Kazuza, Bboy Kazuza.
Shout out to
And
him.
he just looked at me and told like, yo, why you don't take this shit out? And I was like, no, no, no. Because for me it was my safe zone,
Yes.
like was
Because you're
the
like
thing that I
everybody
used
else.
to. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because without the prosthetic, I look like shorter, I
Yeah.
look like small, I felt myself like weak,
You don't feel
whack.
confident, right?
Yeah, that's the thing. And when he told me, and he was like every day told me like, "Yo, take this out, take this out. I think you're gonna have more possibilities."
God
And
bless this man.
since I take this out, I start to do a lot of stuff. And he was the guy who teach me windmill. Yeah,
Very nice.
yeah,
That's so nice. You know,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
like
And it was crazy because
there is
like,
good humans on this earth. You know, there is
yeah.
really good humans on this earth. So
Yeah, and then like when I take the prosthetic out and I start to take more serious, was that time I start to compete.
nice. And then you
Yeah.
saw a faster progress when you took it off.
Yes, yes, because like the prosthetic, you know already, like my prosthetic, I don't have flexibility with
Yeah.
that.
So it's always
So
straight, right?
it's kind of hard to do some movements. So I can do like, for example, in footwork, CC for one side, I can
The
do like
flow is different.
helicopter. Yeah, yeah, and it's the same like redo. For example, my prosthetic is the same exactly like redo, but
Okay.
redo adapt his style for his condition.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, to the
yeah,
prosthetic.
yeah, yeah.
And me, I was introduced by for breaking like earlier, and I have that time to take the prosthetic off.
Yes, yes,
So
yes.
the things that I learned with the prosthetic was like not that much stuff that
Hmm.
I could not change,
Yeah.
So when I take the prosthetic off, I
Mhm.
was like doing some footworks, I doing some like transitions,
You also
and it
felt
was crazy.
lighter.
My mind was like blowing up.
You also felt lighter.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the prosthetic that I had before was like 6 kilos.
Oh, yeah, that's not the yeah, that's not
Yeah,
the
now it's like 1.5 kilos, so
ah
it's
cool.
easier.
Ah yeah, the technique got better, huh? Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. And then you start battling, I guess in Brazil because Brazil is huge, right?
Yeah, it's so
Yeah.
big. And the first battle that I did was 2-on-2 with my friend Fidel. We
Nice.
did a 2-on-2 battle and we lost in the semis, but it was crazy because it was the first contact that I had with competition, because before I was practicing with the guys,
Mm-hmm.
but I think the atmosphere before was not the same that we had today. Like we call people out on the practice spot. Like here in my city was more like the old guys was teaching the young ones,
Mm-hmm.
and they was not like, for example, the old was not calling me out, you know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
of course, of they don't need.
So yeah, they was calling like then out,
Mhm.
like the guys who already have experience was
Of course.
like battling each other, but they was not calling me out.
Mhm.
And that was when I went to the competition, I was really nervous. And
So,
but
like there is the big international battles like Battle of
yeah,
Turkey, this, that, blah, blah,
yeah,
blah. But I guess in every country they have their own event
yeah,
that is
yeah,
running like for 15 years and all the locals always go there.
yeah,
You have that also.
yes.
So what's the
And
name of the event?
that's crazy because the first jam that I saw like in DVD, I told you was BC1,
Yes.
but I was like a person who didn't know nothing about breaking.
Mm-hmm.
But since I start to learn, I find this competition in Brazil called by Master Cruise.
Okay.
Is that I think they still doing that, but was back in the days was one of the biggest ones in South America. Like
Uh,
so big.
South
Yeah.
America, not only Brazil.
Yeah, South America. So Paul One was here, like Cujo was here, many other Kid Glide was here, many was like judges was here. And
Mm.
when I saw that, that's the thing. I that's why I say to myself every day, I'm more like a crew guy, a guy who like to be involved, to be like with that atmosphere. Because the first competition that I watched uh, after I become B-boy was a crew battle, and that competition was crazy because 15 years later I won that competition with Kilo Rockers. I won that. No, and the most craziest thing I'm gonna tell you now was at my birthday.
Also your birthday. And it was always crew battle.
Yes, they do 101 too, but the classic one is crew battle.
And then there was, I guess, some historic battles there. Like,
Yes, yes. The classic one is the Samuka's crew, the F Zulu Breakers against KDM crew is another crew from Brazil. You have like a Star Family crew. We have like Still Contact from Harry. He lives in
there was
France now.
crazy clips we saw from these guys about Biohazard.
Biohazard, yes. the,
I think they
the
had
craziest guy from Tricks.
I think they had the, yeah, like you say, the crazy back then. This
Yes.
this is 15 years ago.
Bro, we are talking about like almost 20 years ago.
Bro, this show them now the clips, they get million views, you know?
Yes. Yeah, for example, Luan was part of these guys back in the days.
Biohazard.
Yeah, like uh,
Ah,
practicing together. Yeah, yeah.
it makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. But
Because
what
Luan was living outside of São Paulo, and since he moved to São Paulo, he started to be connected with them.
what are the what do you think is the city with the best breakers in
You
Brazil?
mean today?
I mean back then, and what is it now?
Yeah, back the days, like of course, Brasília, Samuca City,
Yeah,
and São Paulo, because
Sao
São Paulo
Paulo.
is the biggest city in Brazil. But now, I mean, if you want to see a lot of people breaking, São Paulo, of course, but in terms of quality, my region now is the main place, and Leone place too, because I'm in the northeast, Leone is in the north. So
Yeah,
back in the days, we have no names in the northeast and the north.
yeah,
So now you have me, you have Bart, you have Leone, you have Clay, you have a lot of other people.
So you're all from the like same region.
Yeah.
I see, I see. Yes, yes, yes.
So we are like the underdogs who
Yeah.
become the stars.
Nice, nice, nice. I mean, this is the next generation, you know. They now
Yes.
the next guys come up. Um,
Yes.
before, like we mentioned, Pelezinho was third place in that BC one, right?
Yeah.
And before that, I think we didn't really saw successful or high level Brazilian breakers.
Yeah.
Was it with Pelezinho third place? Was that like oh my God, one of us, we can always also be like that? Was that like a boom back
Yeah,
then?
I think like I know before, I cannot say like exactly, but I know before people was joined to competition in USA, people was joining some competition in Europe,
Hmm.
like some other crews.
Hmm.
But the guy who kicked the door and showed the world like, yo, we have some good talents
Yeah.
was after Palazino in BC1, 100%. And then like couple years later, we have the guys from Funk Fokers, you know them.
Yes, yes,
They
yes,
went to Sicko Kings, and we
yes.
have like
They make a lot of noise.
Negin. We have Negin. Negin started to competing like internationally. I think was 2008 or 2009.
And when
So
I think he win in 2010, I
10,
think.
2010. Yes,
If you want, right?
yes. But he started to travel internationally. I think was 2008. He went to R16 in Korea. He went to another competitions,
Yeah,
and that was when the Brazilian scene started to be more
yeah.
uh,
And
People start to know more
And
about the
the
Brazilian
first
b-boy.
things we saw, of course, now you see Brazilian b-boys and b-girls are very complete, you know.
Yeah,
But back then, it was only tricks and power.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And
I,
that's crazy because
I
when
for sure, yes, sorry, say.
yeah, 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 yeah. It's true. It's true. And it's funny because when you see the progress, like from the 90s till, for example, 2011, I think was the first time when Leone won the Last Chance Cipher.
He won it like
People
10 times in a row.
people was shocked because Leone don't have this kind of
Yeah,
Brazilian
yeah.
style, you
He's
know?
very complete. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think from Leone till now was when the Brazilian scene started to change.
Mm, Clesio also,
Yeah, Clésio,
I
yes.
think
Clésio
also.
was in BC1 2012, I
And
think.
the one against Lil G when he battled.
Who?
Remember this one? He had the white Kangol. And then he battled against Lil G. And then Lil
Uh-huh.
G take it on the floor and he like slide with it on
Slide.
the floor. And I don't remember, but I think maybe Clesio even won, but I'm not sure.
I have to watch this battle again.
I'm not sure, but I remember it was crazy battle. It was that was first time also I see Clesio.
Yeah, for example, I think after Negin like moment, I think Clésio was the one
Yeah.
who got like attention internationally.
Yeah. And you said now you also throw your own events and you get to know no more
Yeah.
knowledge in Brazil. So what do you know? When did breaking came to Brazil?
Yeah, what I learned was like during the, because we have a guy who, how can I say, he promote more about the funk styles back in the days in the
Okay.
70s, like this. His name is Nelson Triunfo.
Okay.
Probably you saw some stuff from them, from Pelazino, from other guys. He's a guy who have a big black power
Okay.
like this. And since from Nelson Triunfo start the parties and all this stuff, but when the breaking started to know more like bigger in Brazil was when people start to do the meetings like the ciphers and stuff after the movie
Bean Street.
Oh, Beat Street, yes,
Yeah.
yes, the Beat Street. And in São Paulo, they start to do like ciphers and like was a place to people just to come and not only dance
Mm.
or battle, but was more to people know each other, talking
Have
about dance,
activity.
having fun, something like that, in São Bento. And they also have a documentary that you can watch talking about it, and São Paulo was the big scene that not promote breaking for the whole Brazil, but was the most famous place, like for example in New York, if you compare.
So in Sao Paulo, it started for Brazil to have
Yeah,
breaking.
yeah, yeah. For example, in kind of other places in Brazil, people have contacts in like in USA, and they get like VGS,
Uh,
or like they have like some how can I say, some magazine or stuff
yeah.
like this, and they start to learn from zero. But in São Paulo was the biggest main scene back in the days, and
Nice.
we have like a lot of crazy crews who create like a lot of power moves that you probably can say, oh,
So it
that
was,
was not created in Brazil, but bro, it's crazy because people start to do power move from both sides. People start to combine flips and all this stuff on
yeah.
the concrete. It's crazy,
I
crazy.
mean, you guys, capoeira comes from Brazil, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So how old is capoeira? You know that?
Yeah, I think same age as Brazil has, like almost 600
Oh
years.
my God. Oh my God.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah,
guess it was
I
like,
can be wrong exactly, but it's kind of
but
like this,
but is it or was it like normal in Brazil when you have children that they learn capoeira?
Not for everyone, but I mean for the people who how can I say, come from a place that I come from, for example, come from the favelas or come
Yeah,
from
yeah, yeah.
like a place that most of the people in Brazil come.
More
Uh,
struggle.
yeah, you have introduced people introduce you not in the same ways as football, but kind of the same way, because I learned at the school. It's crazy.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
I don't know if today they still doing that on the school, but maybe in couple of schools. But back in the days when I started,
Mm.
like if you went to every school, like from the government, you have something like that.
So I guess it's kind of come natural for Brazilians to have a style like that because
Yeah, 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 yeah,
capoeira
yeah.
is also very a lot of power moves, freezes because
Yes.
don't have footwork, you know.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy because this is one thing that Chacal from France, he told me when he met me, he was like, yo, it's crazy because normally people who has disability, they do too much planche and
Handstand,
you
yeah,
do
yeah,
a
yeah.
lot of footworks.
Nice. That's crazy. So already in the 80s, breaking was in Brazil.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's
Started in the
nice.
80s. I think middle of the 80s,
Uh-huh.
if I'm not
And
wrong.
you do you know some still active OGs that dance like
Yeah,
not
yeah, yeah, of
most
course.
compete?
Like, and it's crazy because like couple years ago, I met one of the legends from the Power Move OGs from Brazil. His name is Bboy Careca. And I people know me because I call everyone out for the ciphers and all this stuff. And I just called him out. But back in the days, in his time, was more serious. People
Yeah.
call it someone out because of some fight or thing like that, and he just like understand wrong because I call him out, and
Mm.
he was talking some shit for me, and I was no, 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 just for respect, and we
Yeah.
started to battle like that was a crazy, insane battle, bro, in the middle of the event. And
And how old is
Careca
this guy?
is one of the legends.
How old is this guy?
Bro, I'm not sure, but I think almost 60.
And he's still rocking?
Yeah, he's still doing power moves.
Nice. I mean, we also have the OG, the Boots. You know, people Boots from our
Yeah,
group.
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, he's also over 55, so that
Yeah,
man.
and we have like Careca, we have Danzinho, also from São Paulo. We have Neneca from nearby Samuca's place from Goiânia.
Mm-hmm.
And these guys back in the days was the craziest one from power moves and flips. And
Mm-hmm.
we also have Cocada, rest in peace. He passed away, but he was from Tsunami All Stars, and he was revolutionary.
Mm-hmm. Like you said, when Negin came and Clesio and Leone, it got more complete, right? But
Yeah,
and
yeah,
also in this time, the internet was new, was fresh, and
yes,
you couldn't see. Not everybody could upload things. Not everybody has a
yes,
phone, has internet. But
yes,
nowadays, of course, when you have an event, you can invite almost everybody from everywhere, right? What
yes.
do you think are some breakers in that era that couldn't travel? So nobody saw them. Can you name some of them that was so crazy, but they didn't have internet, they couldn't travel?
It's crazy because in my city we have a lot of good ones, and you probably never gonna heard
And
about them.
I mean, this is what I want to talk about. Yeah.
Yeah, for example, like we have a guy who started with me,
Hmm.
and he's still breaking, but he don't like, how can I say, take it professionally. And his name is Bahuan.
Hmm.
He's also compete on my jam last month, and he lost in the final against Leone.
Okay,
Bro,
okay,
yeah, it's crazy because his goal is not go outside. His goal
okay,
is not
okay.
like do something like that,
Hmm.
but he's still like doing raw shit.
Hmm. Hmm.
And like him, we have a lot of people like probably the international scene is never gonna see. For example, was the same when I saw Peaky Rock first time or Diaz.
Hmm.
Bro, there was like underdogs,
Hmm.
like in the cipher. When I battled Diaz first time, he was his name was Ukrop, I think. His name was not Diaz. And he was using a cap like this, more like
So
clothes.
before he got invited to international battles.
Yes, yes. And I think that's the thing, like here in Brazil, because it's so huge, it's so big.
Yeah.
Like this guy that I mentioned, Bahuan, we have some others that they are really crazy, but bro, to travel in Brazil is so expensive, and to go outside is
I mean, it's so
more.
huge, right?
Yes, yes,
For example, in Vienna, when I started in 2000, let's say 2001 or two, I think this was the biggest time for breaking in Vienna, for example. I think
Huh?
just in Vienna, in Austria. I mean, just in Vienna, we had like 20 crews, you know? What do you think was the biggest time for Brazil? Is it currently right now? Do you think you have now the most crews ever? Or was it like 10 years more, 15 years?
No, now honestly, now I think the last 10 years was like the time probably in internationally too, but was the time that the cruises start to, stop and we put just the 101
Yeah,
on the spotlight.
yeah, yeah,
And same was here in Brazil. But I think the best time for cruise was like 20 years ago, man.
yeah.
20 years ago, the thing was crazy. Even when I was not breaking, like here in Brazil, people was like traveling using the color of the cruise, representing. Uh, even if they like have a name, they put like B-boy, blah blah blah, and crew
And
name,
it's the
like
essence. It's the essence from us.
yes,
Breaking, we all
yes,
we all love breaking. Also, my era,
yeah.
we all started breaking with our friends because they became like our family, you know?
Yeah, and like I told you, like the first competition that I saw after become B-boy was a crew battle.
Yeah.
And when I start to do my jam, that was my like goal to do because
We need to
have
bring it
no
back.
yeah, have no big events in my region in Brazil. And then the cruise was like stopping and I
Mhm,
say, yo, I have to do something. And the main category in my event is like crew battle.
mhm. The first thing I saw was Battle of the Year 2000. Benny Kimoto does 12 air flare. He goes back and does slow king with flying steps. Bro, I remember till today when I saw it first time. So I always like to say our generation, our goal was to go to Battle of the Year with our brothers and sisters. And
Yeah, that's the thing.
nowadays, the goal is to win BC1.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
this
yeah. And
is one on one. And this is not why we start breaking, you know?
yeah,
I
and
don't say it's
even
bad, but
when you
it's
don't
different.
see, yeah, and even when you don't see the competition, but when you see the cipher, you cannot do a cipher by yourself. I mean, if you don't
It's
have
not
no
the
one there,
same. It's
you can dance for you, but the atmosphere is not the
yeah.
same.
I
So
mean, in
even if you are
general,
not competing, you
uh,
need people, you need
uh,
someone to share, you need someone to enjoy
in general,
together.
the scene and the events and the battle formats, everything evolved, But like we said back in the days, you had the ciphers, and when you go
Yeah,
to competitions, your crew is here, one crew is there, the other crew is there. You say,
yeah,
oh, I think this guy, I think he does this air baby. When he
yeah.
you go and you go inside, you have this move for him. So look, you talk tactics, everything, And
Yeah.
I mean, this is also nice nowadays. Everybody's friendly to everybody,
Yeah,
But
and it's like, but I felt, I don't know if you felt the same, like 2 years ago or 4 years maximum, like after the pandemic,
Mhm.
people start to come back with the crew battles again.
Definitely,
Like you,
definitely.
you see more like in the international scene, people trying to make everyone together, make the pandemic situation change our mindset to be like, oh, we have to be together,
You also because you get to spend time together again with
Yes,
everyone.
yes. Yo, let me just turn
Ah,
the power of the my
ah,
computer on.
this is
Just a second.
smoke break.
Yeah, I'm back. Yeah, and bro, it's crazy because I have another crazy story from the crew battles that
Yes,
I want
please.
to share with you.
Yes, please.
Because all the big competition that I won was most of crew battles,
Yeah.
and the first international big competition that I won was a crew battle too. Was with Killer Rockers in hip hop session.
Hmm.
And hip hop session was the first international competition after BC1 that I watched.
Nice.
Was Mind 180
Against top line.
against top 9 in all the most.
Till this day, you can watch this battle.
Bro,
Till this day.
I remember when I won with Ratin and Rudy, we cried because not only because of the title, but because to be there, we
Bro,
started
this,
watching this.
it means so. I have similar experience. Like I told you, first thing I saw was Flying Steps, right?
Yes.
Battle of the Year, and then I start. But how you start, you just, you know, and then then you also have a moment when okay, this is for I want to be b-boy for the rest of my life. And I don't know if you saw All Battles All 2001. You saw it?
No, never.
All, bro, you have Team Friends,
Uh-huh.
you have Killer Bees is German b-boys, and you
Yeah.
have USA. This is first time I also see Dunak, Kudro, Ben,
Nice.
and there is the All Battles All, no time limit, nothing. And Apache is playing.
Yeah.
And when the dun 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 come,
Uh-huh.
right? And you know B-boy, big girl Bibiche from France, maybe from
Yeah, I think so.
this.
Yeah.
The beat come, she do flare, and then she do jump turtle, and to the dun
On the beat,
dun
on the beat.
dun dun. Okay, everybody like woo. Then
Hmm.
B-boy from Germany, B-boy Leo, rocking attack crew, Stuttgart, shoutouts. He enter no top because they battle so much, no top, a head spin helmet. He
Uh-huh.
enter and he does this. Then he's standing. He does then he jumps, freeze, jump, jump, freeze. Bro. Everybody run on the floor, bro. Bro, it was over. And when I saw this, when I saw this, I said to myself, okay, I need to learn this move.
I have to do this.
I have to learn this move. And I
Uh-huh.
want everybody to go crazy. I need to accomplish this. And then 2022, I think, 21, or something like this. No, I'm lying. What is now? 25, 4, 3. I went to IBE
Yeah.
and I hosted at IBE. And the thing I hosted was the Remember the Titans battle. It was reminiscent of the time back in the days
Hmm.
what All Battle Soul was. And can you dig it?
Okay.
And then 20 years later, bro, I take the mic and I say, can you dig it? Bro, I get now goosebumps just talking about it. It's so crazy. I love this story. So many people I talk to in the podcast, like also Samuka. He see Tommy Guns. 10 years later, he's in the crew with Tommy Guns. Like, bro,
It's crazy, yes.
this is it's so amazing. So amazing to watch.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I
It's
love this
really
culture.
crazy.
I
Like
love this culture
for
so
me,
much.
I think is the magical thing about hip hop, like we become inspired by the others, but you probably have been inspiring me, but I never like gonna see that. You know what
Mhm.
I'm saying? Like people we never know who is watching you.
Yes,
This
yes.
is the thing.
I remember when I first time meet Kareem from Rockford.
Uh-huh.
There was a battle. It's called Battle of the B-Boy Master. Also 2001, brother. And 2001, we watch it, bro. I watch like a million times. VHS, a million times. And then we was in Taiwan, 2018, 2019. And then we drive with the bus. We do some
Uh-huh.
sightseeing, this, that. We make a stop. We go to the toilet. Then we wash our hands, and he come next to me. First time I see him, but I know him 20 years, almost. And I look at him. He looks at me, he say like hi, and I say, man, I'm sorry, but I know you since I'm 13 years old.
Yo, I had the same feeling. I had the same feeling when I met Storm.
Yeah.
Storm went to Salvador, here in Brazil, in Bahia, for a project with the theater that have connection with Germany. And the meaning behind was like creating like a pocket show to promote the anniversary of the theater.
Ah,
And
nice.
I was competing in Salvador the same
Mhm.
weekend. I didn't know Storm will be there and nothing. I was just competing in another situation. And one friend of mine, he said, "Yo, tomorrow, they're gonna do an audition for a show with Storm.
Mm-hmm.
But the day after the competition, I should like back home." And I said, "No, I'm not gonna back home. I'm gonna do the audition." And when I went there, because the spots was full,
Mm-hmm.
my friend told me, "Yo, arrive earlier. Maybe you can join.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, it's full." And I arrived really earlier before everyone. And when the storm arrived, I was like shocked like this. And the most craziest thing, he talked with me in Portuguese.
Oh,
And I was like, oh,
shit. You speak
yeah, he can
Portuguese?
speak. He can speak Portuguese, yes.
Nice. Storm, huh?
And it's crazy for me. It was like we was together for a month, like creating the show and making the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Was really really nice experience. I
Mm-hmm.
think was what was one of the most like important thing in my life, because in Brazil back in the days we don't have that much information from outside. Like we had some at that time YouTube or stuff like this, but not someone to teach you
Yes.
some important
Like in
stuff.
person, in person.
Yeah, yes. And Storm was the first one who look at me and say, "Yo, try to clean this, try
Nice.
to listen to
Oh, that's
music,
gold.
try to dress better, some stuff like this."
Storm
And
always dress nice. Storm always
yeah,
dress fresh. Nowadays,
yes.
everybody's fresh, but we don't talk about yeah.
But yeah, that was
So,
really nice experience.
with your disability you had, did you ever had a job, a normal job?
Yeah, because my mother and my father, they are cooker, so they are chef.
Hmm.
So my mom was more like doing food, but my father, he had a restaurant before.
Mm-hmm.
Now he sell that, but back in the days he was like 35 years working with that. And
Mm.
I was working with him like not cooking, but serving and
Yes, yes, I see,
doing
I see.
something
Yes,
there.
yes,
And
yes.
I was for like maybe 10 years working there.
Ah,
And
okay.
then when my father become like older, I start to, taking care of the place.
Oh, okay, okay. And nowadays you only dancing?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like since 10 years ago, I work just with dance.
Nice. I'm happy for you, brother. I'm happy
Yeah.
for you. And
Sometimes it's hard, but
how did, of course you're hustling. You're hustling.
yeah.
It's not the it's a rich lifestyle, but rich
Yes.
in you do what you love.
Yeah,
But
but the
you
thing is
don't
like
do.
we have a lot of good ways to do it,
Mhm.
but sometimes I see people just don't try to manage it, because I now I have a good life. I have a really good life
Nice,
now.
brother.
Thanks God. But what I say when I say it's sometimes it's hard,
Hmm.
it's like to be an artist
Hmm.
in some world that you are not important, you know what I'm saying?
Of course.
So sometimes you
Mhm.
can do a really good job
Mhm.
like we did with Kate Perry on a World Cup, but sometimes you're just a guy who do like some power move there and
Yeah, yeah,
they don't care.
yeah, yeah.
So for me, that's the hardest thing,
Hmm.
you know.
And how did it start for you, and why do you think it started like 10 years ago that you can only live from dancing?
The thing is like I start competing in Brazil, and I start to be more like uh knowing by people, and people start to invite me to do workshops, and
Ah,
I
okay.
start to teaching something that I was learning, especially for example this kind of thing that Storm told me. I
Hmm.
start to teach that too,
Mm.
and people start to invite me to judge small events like for kids. And when I start to judge these kind of beginner events, like I start to see, yo, I have to, how can I say, learn more and have more
More
knowledge
knowledge, yes.
to go to another level,
Hmm.
to maybe one day, that was my dream, like maybe one day be a judge with Palazino, be a judge with Negin, be a judge with Paul One. So, and it's crazy because I have been judging with all these guys, you know what I'm saying?
That's so nice.
Yeah.
And then it
But
came, you say it came naturally.
yeah, came naturally.
Mm.
Was not something that I was like, oh, I have to be. For example, now you have a judging program that you're gonna learn. I like this professional stuff that they are trying to make now, but back in the days was more like, yo, I have to learn about hip hop. I have to learn about breaking. I have to
Yeah.
learn something for me, and then I can share, you
Yeah.
know?
You have to, you're like always a student, right?
Yes. Yes.
Always a student. And
Yes.
nowadays, how does your schedule look? Do you teach? Do you have a theater show? Do you battle? What's the next couple of months look for you?
Yeah, the next months will be really full, honestly. But like uh, normally I try to be at home here in my city,
Hmm.
like December, January, and February.
Okay.
In all the year I'm traveling.
Ah,
But like depends of the year. I'm more in Asia or Europe, but I'm trying to go more to USA now.
but you have some like bases, some in Europe or in
No, no,
other.
no. I'm always like, sometimes when I'm doing some work, I'm at the hotel all the
Yes, yes,
time.
yes, 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 yes,
But
yes.
when I have to be more time in some place, I have some friends or I rent like an Airbnb or some
Ah,
stuff like
okay,
this.
okay, I see, yes, yes.
But yeah, like for example, the next week I have a gig in the city nearby my city, and then I go to Birmingham for
Mhm.
a break mission,
Ah,
and
nice.
then after Birmingham I go straight to Canada. We have no limits, the Ill Abilities event.
Hmm.
And after No Limits, I back to Portugal. I'm gonna be there for 1 week, and I go to World Breaking Classic, and then all the summer
Nice.
crazy things in
Yeah, I guess
Europe.
I
Yes,
guess we will see each other in IBE then.
yes, of
Yeah,
course.
I guess there latest we will see us there.
But
Nice.
yeah, like I mean, the last 5 years was like really full, was really, really good. I have been doing a lot of stuff, but I try to don't put myself in one spot.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, you can tell me like, oh, Pernia, if you put more focus on the competition, you could have more successful, blah, blah, blah. But I saw myself like a mood artist, you know what I'm saying? So I can be a model, I can be a actor, I can be like
I
a
mean,
dancer.
at the end of the day, you cannot live from just battling, you know.
Yeah, yeah, that's the thing.
And
But I think the scene, not only because of Olympics, but back in the days, people think everyone can be the winner, And that's the dangerous stuff that I teach when I do my mentorship, when I do workshops.
Mhm.
Uh, bro, it's like one spot for 100 or millions, you
Yeah,
know?
only Phil
So
is the only gold medalist ever, you know. So
yeah, so that's the thing. Like I try to do a lot of things and do uh the best that I can. So
mhm,
now I'm producer, so I do like theater shows,
mhm.
contemporary
Yeah,
stuff,
yeah. I mean, in
But
our
I still competing because I love,
this is the beauty of our culture. If you
Yeah.
start out as a b-boy, you start out as a graffiti, you start out as a DJ, but we have so many things you can do. You know, if you have seen this enough, okay, I don't want to do this anymore. I start this. I don't want to do this. I do this. I do both. I do three things. You know, so this is
And
the
that's the craziest thing because, for example, like people saying, "Oh, Pernia, but maybe if something come wrong and you cannot work in with breaking anymore, bro, I have been doing a lot of stuff
yeah, yeah, yeah.
like
You have
side by
to.
side as breaking,
You have
so
to.
I have a lot of options to do.
We start as kids, but we want to continue as adults. And when you continue as adult, you have to look in the future a little bit. You know, you cannot
Yes.
just.
Yeah, and thanks God, like my dad passed away like 3 years ago, but thanks God, my dad was a person who really introduced me to be like a, how can I say, methodic person to plan the future.
Nice, nice, nice.
So probably in the next 5 years, ocupado. Probably in the next 5 years, I don't know what's gonna happen, but if happen like I write,
Yeah.
will be amazing.
I mean, next 5 years, who knows what AI can do? You know, the technology is crazy. Like, this is, I'm scared. I'm scared. Uh,
Yeah.
so, brother, we have the category called Fave Five, right? We talk about your favorite five things.
Okay.
It can be four. It can also be just one. Yeah, but it's up to you. So we always start with the B-boys. Your favorite five B-boys all time. Doesn't matter who is first, doesn't matter who is five. Just five.
Bro, it's crazy. I'm gonna try to put five, but I'm always like in that
It's
crazy thing.
impossible. It's impossible. But we
Uh,
won't.
but the thing is like I am always like to watch people who are not, how can I say, they are not on the main spotlight, but they always there fighting with these people, you know?
Now you can give them the spotlight.
Yeah, no, no, but you already know them. Like, of course, one of my favorite b-boys is Minnesota Joe.
Oh,
Bro,
nice.
bro, Minnesota Joe is one
Minnesota
of my
Joy.
favorite
So
b-boys.
original. So original.
Yeah. And the second one is I don't know if he's still breaking because the last time that I saw him, he was injured. But it's Gypsy from Predators.
I heard he injured his shoulder. He had
Yeah,
an accident and he
yeah.
almost lost his shoulder.
And almost all the guys that I'm gonna mention,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
have something
Or
specifically
gypsies.
together between
Gypsy
each
one.
other because it's the power move. But the way that they do that is
Yeah,
different.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
why catch me, you know.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And the third one is Flying Buddha.
Flying.
I love Flying Buddha. I love Flying Buddha.
He was in my home.
I
Flying.
was with him. I was with him in Sweden, and for me, it was like,
He's
ah.
bro. This guy is hyperactive. You know, he cannot stand still. You know.
And I think this is my top three.
Uh-huh.
And just to go out of this kind of box of power move, because they are not only power move,
No,
but
no, they're
they're more
complete.
knowing. They're more knowing because of the power move.
Yes, yes.
Uh, Maybe I can say like Katsuwan is the one guy
Ah.
who really like inspired me since when I started, because I start to see him and with Nas
Mm-hmm.
battling,
Mm-hmm.
and they like doing a lot of crazy stuff, and his style was kind of classic, but at the same time different. If you see
But
Big Players,
Japanese, he did it classic
yes,
Japanese.
yes, yes. And if I have to put five, bro, let me say Abigail, movie
Oh no,
one.
Big Girl is next. Big Girl is next. Big
Oh,
Girl
so
is
I
next.
made a spoiler.
Yeah.
So if I have to say five, let me see, let me see. Uh, Honestly, I'm gonna put a Brazilian.
Put it on.
I was thinking international
Yeah.
guy, but I'm gonna put this guy because he changed my mindset forever when we had some talks. Not only because his level and he's still with the level, but because of the knowledge that he gave me, and
Mm-hmm.
it's Negin.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Negin, when I
yeah,
started seeing him online, I thought like, okay, he has difficult stuff, you know, but I didn't know what the hype was all about. You know, I thought like, aha, okay, they can win, okay. Then I saw him live. When I
yeah,
saw him live, then I saw him live and I said, now I know why he's always winning.
yeah. It's crazy
His
the way that
aura,
he moves.
he had,
Yeah, the aura. Yeah.
bro, when I saw, it was so crazy the aura he had.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But like, I just want to say two more guys who
Yes.
was really important in my career,
Mm-hmm.
and I think they don't had the spotlight that they deserve.
Mm-hmm.
They don't battle like as before,
Mm-hmm.
but you know, maybe both, but one of them you really know like close is Ratin,
Latin,
you
yeah.
know. Yeah, and the other one is Rudy. So these
Oh,
two
Rudy.
guys, they changed my, not only my breaking, the way that I was breaking, but all my mindset about hip hop
Mm-hmm.
life, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I went to Kilo Rockers, they really show me how to live this kind of hip hop lifestyle, you know. Because before it was like just breaking, 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 you know.
Okay,
And the
oh,
guys,
I think I'm gonna add something now. You give me a really good idea. So because I do with so many people from so many countries, you know.
yes.
So what do you think are the best five breakers from Brazil ever?
You mean in the history?
in the history, the five, if you have to make a team of five breakers from Brazil against the rest of the world, all time, doesn't matter, in their prime,
Okay.
who are the five Brazilian breakers?
Oh, in the prime. Oh, it's hard. Of course, Cocada. I think we're gonna put Cocada on that. From Tsunami All Stars.
Mhm.
I think he was one of the most revolutionary power movers. And I mean, he was complete, but in his power move, he was doing everything for both sides, bro, and in that crazy way. I think Negin is one of these guys. Leone, of course.
Mhm.
Leone have to be there. Ah, I think our new Diamond, Samuka, have to be there too.
Yes.
Yeah, and the last one, oh my gosh, because we have a lot of like good talents now. And back in the days, we have some,
Mhm.
but there was not like too complete.
Mhm.
So, bro, it's hard. It's hard. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Yeah, I think I can say like maybe Aleph, or I have three names.
Yeah, tell
In
me.
the in the in
Okay,
the
say the
battle,
three
in the
names.
battle,
Okay, you
in
have
the
to
battle, the coach,
tell
in
me
the
the
battle,
three
the
names.
coach gonna see and see who is the best one. But I have three names, like, because I think they changed the game in a
Okay.
certain way. Uh, it's like Aleph,
Mhm.
Blanca, because
Oh,
Blanca is Brazilian,
yes, yes, I know. Yes.
and Bart. I think they changed the way that they was using then stuff,
Yeah,
you
but
know?
Bart, very fresh. Bart,
Yeah,
Barchi, Barchi.
Barchi.
Yeah, nice.
So I
Okay.
think, yeah, maybe other Brazilians can say other people, but
I mean,
I
bro,
think
at the end of the day, it's just an opinion. We can never,
yes,
we can in 100 years, we can never say who is the best b-boy because
yeah,
somebody will say Hongten, somebody will say Menno, somebody will say Alkolil, and everybody
yeah.
is right. You know, you can
Yo,
say you're not right.
but I don't know if you saw, I have this mentioned these guys too, the twins from Brazil, the twins, the guys who do like a lot of
The
flips.
flips,
Yeah. Yo, these guys, when they was like on point,
but they're famous in Brazil.
yeah,
Yeah,
they still breaking.
so much. Okay, b-girls. Favorite five b-girls.
Big Girls is like I mentioned, movie one is my favorite Big Girl, like
Movie.
all the time. The way that she was moving back in the days when I started to watch was fantastic. AT is my second like favorite Big Girl all the time. I love Maka. I love the way that Maka battle. I love the way
USA.
that yeah, she put herself like in the battle with the attitude and all this.
360 flavor.
Yes. If I have to see someone from nowadays, San Andrea is one of my favorites too. And for me, it's like one of the best. And yeah, it's hard because now we have a lot of good videos.
Yes.
And back in the days also, I think if I have to choose someone from now, uh, maybe Nika, because Nika, she come with something like we really appreciate back in the days, and she come with that,
Classic
and
style, classic style.
yes,
Classic style,
yeah,
and she evolved it,
yeah, of course, like I can mention, for example, like uh Ronda from USA, or Big Beta,
Mhm.
like back in the days was so crazy. I was watching that too. Or Ayumi,
My
she's
favorite
like,
big girl all time is
yes,
Baby Sun.
baby son from France, right?
Yes, wanted. And Nadia, Nadia da Funk.
Nadia the funk style. Nadia so crazy. And yeah, we have a lot of like good videos that to mention.
Yes,
But
yes,
I mean, uh this kind of five that I say, they change the game in a certain
yes,
way.
definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
You saw
As you mentioned, like Nadia and Ayumi too.
you saw the 10-year-old Chinese girl?
Bro, I quit breaking. That's why I start to make events.
158
Five,
airfare.
58.
Bro, 3 minutes. Can you do anything 3 minutes long?
Bro, my best move is hand hops.
You can
I
do three
cannot do
minutes.
like 3 minutes hand
Can you
hop.
do 3 minutes headstand? And you know
I
what?
do
I
I do
really,
2 minutes. Two
bro,
minutes.
I really believe only kids can do this because kids have unlimited energy. They have stamina for days.
And one thing that I think it's like when we become adults, we feel more afraid about the future. That's why we start to planning more. No, no, it's true. It's true. And when you are a kid, you don't care about the
You
future.
saw the clip? They make a
You just
cipher.
fresh.
You saw the cipher from the Chinese B-boys? Everybody tried double F flare. It's like 5 people. Oh, the next one. Uh.
Boom. Yeah, that's the thing. They're not afraid to
Bro,
break the arm,
bro,
you know?
when I watched the clip, I was sitting next to my wife, and I said to her, I don't know how to react right now. I'm confused. Should I be happy? I could cry. Uh, I don't know. I don't know. I
Yeah,
really
it's crazy. It's crazy.
it's so crazy. Okay. Um, your favorite 5 battles you battled.
Oh. Battles that I battle. My favorite one, of course, 100% was like with ill abilities in Pesaro, Hip Hop Connection.
Hmm.
We battle against Hustle Kids in the final.
Nice.
And that battle was really like important for me, in my opinion, because was me, Lazy Legs, Samuka, Ridu, and I think was we four, yes. Was four against four, and was the other side, Justin, Kid Colombia, Shane, and Mano.
Oha.
Bro, and we battle in the final, but the craziest thing was like for me, Mano was look at us and was pushing the guys from his crew like, guys, we
Everything.
have to we
Everything.
have to break them. We have to kill them, you know, and that for me was really important. If you see the battle on YouTube, they have the battle on the stands. You can see him like, let's go, bro, let's go. Don't take easy, don't take easy, you know, and that for me was the fire that I learned when I started, you
Nice.
know.
Nice. Nice.
So I really appreciate because they already was them, you know, like was Mano, was Kid Colombia, was
In Hustle
just
Kids is legendary,
he
definitely.
had nothing to lose, but they was like, yo, we have to go
Yeah.
hard.
Yeah.
And that's make really good feeling for me uh, with the exchange what we have with them. The second one, of course, was the battle that I mentioned to you in Brazil that I won with Kilo Rockers
Mhm.
from Master Cruise
Mhm.
because Master Crew was a dream to me to be there, and we won in the final against one of the like really famous crew too in Brazil. Uh, Nossa Crew is the name, and for us was really crazy because before we win, uh, never a crew from outside. I mean, because São Paulo is a city, but is a state.
Yes, yes.
So all the crews who won that competition before was from the city, not from outside of the city.
Uh,
And we was the first crew from the state of São Paulo who won that competition. And we
nice.
was like the underdogs. And it was really, really, really nice. And especially because was in the day of my birthday.
Nice.
So it was really, really nice
Really wrote
experience.
history.
Yes. I think last year in Unbreakable was really, really nice too because the way that we went to Unbreakable was crazy. We have to switch the team all the time because Samuka's supposed to come and he have something to do. Another guy is supposed to come and we was like changing all the
Mhm.
time. Mascot supposed to come, but Mascot was injury.
Mhm.
And when we set up everyone to be there and we saw the lineup, we say, yo, we only have one chance to win. If this happen, like if this crew lose and this crew win and we battle this crew.
Mm-hmm.
We make a plan, and it's crazy because it was not in our control. Is it the
Of
destiny
course,
control,
of course.
and everything happened the same time that we saw,
Mm-hmm.
and we battled from downtown in the final, and we won.
Mm-hmm.
So for us was really really nice because of the way that we arrived there.
Mm-hmm.
Was really
And
really
what do
important
you think was the hardest battle in that day for you?
against Style Invaders.
Style Invaders. Who
Yeah,
was from Style Invaders? Rob and
Rob, Stripes, Morris, and the other guy. Oh, I don't remember his name.
oh, the tall white
Uh,
dude.
yeah, this one, but have another guy too.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it was like five guys,
Yeah, yeah.
but was really strong
And
team.
that was
Really,
the hardest battle for you guys.
yeah, yeah, and that was really nice too in Unbreakable.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to say, my first national competition in Brazil was in 2013.
Mm-hmm.
Was one of the biggest competition in South America also for 101. Now they don't do anymore. I won the last competition that they did,
Nice.
and
You're the last
the judges
champion.
was, yeah, the judges was Capella, Xisco from Hustle Kids, Neguin, and Sarabi. And
Mm-hmm.
Eduardo Sou is a OG from Brazil.
Mm-hmm.
And I battled Clay in the final.
Ah, nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
like more than 10 years ago. And
That's
I battled Clay in the final, and it was crazy because the way that I went to that competition was so important for me because I was in the replace list. So I was not able to compete.
it was not even scheduled to compete. Yeah.
No, 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 no. And some guy was not there in the last minute, but the organization was afraid to put me. I don't know if because of my disability or any,
Mm.
I don't care. I don't know why they was not. They are trying to find someone to put on my spot.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But in the end of the day, they called me to join, and all the stars at that time, we have a lot of like good names in Brazil at this time. Aranha, Luca was there.
Mm-hmm.
I think some guys from the F Zulu was there too, and all these guys they lost, and me and Clay, because Clay at this time, people didn't know about him too,
Yeah.
and me and Clay we went to the final and we made the final.
Nice. So
Yeah,
he's also long time B-boy, Clay.
yeah,
Because
yeah,
I think like IBE 2 years ago, there is was he make some much noise, right?
yes,
He go
yes,
to the final there.
yes. Against Monkey Z.
Yeah.
But Clay have been breaking more than me. I think 2 years more than me.
But he
Yeah.
just started now traveling.
Yeah, because he was more involved with the dance company.
Ah,
Kind of the same as Samuka are doing in France,
I
but
see.
with a Brazilian company.
Ah, I see, I see, I
So
see.
like a few years ago, he just uh start to be more
Yeah.
like for the competitive
Yeah.
scene.
So you also traveled the world not only by battling, but also by performing, right? And
Yeah.
you also mentioned before the Katy Perry, right? So
Yes.
tell us your favorite five mo performances you had as a performer, not as a battle artist.
It's crazy because I had a lot of really, really like emotionals and important
Okay.
moments. Uh, I think one of the most craziest ones was in New York with the crew. We did a tour in Kennedy Center. Is one of the like most famous theater in USA,
Hmm.
and we performed it there, and was really like important because of the place that we was performing. I think before no one from Breaking was performing there. I
Hmm.
don't know if I'm 100% sure, but when people saw us like breaking, and especially because of our condition,
Yes.
they was really shocked because normally they go there to see like big concert or
Mhm.
things like that, and was really really nice way to assess these kind of places like uh especially with our message, but also with breaking.
Hmm.
That was one. The other one, of course, was with Kate Perry. Was really, really amazing one. Especially because of the event is a festival who they do in Japan called by True Colors. Is a festival for people with disability, but they also
Ah,
try to connect everyone. So
yes.
that's why they invite people like Kate Perry or other big artists to perform there and have like, your
That's
fans
nice.
and
That's nice.
also the other people who gonna perform.
Hmm.
So it was really, really crazy and was more crazy because the same weekend was happened one of competitions for WDSF stuff in Japan, and all the breakers they come to watch us. It was really nice, and they was watching the Katy Perry show too.
No, no, she never had so many breakers in her audience.
Yeah, that was nice too. I think the World Cup was really good too.
Hmm.
We have to perform in the last World Cup in Qatar, especially because all the cultural shock that we had in Qatar, you know, but also to see the way that people are really happy and doing with love, art or the work that they have to do there. For me, was really, really important to do
You
it
met you met
there in
some
Qatar.
met some football players there?
Yeah, 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 I saw some people. Bro, I saw a lot of people, especially from my city, they was there, like watching the match.
Ah,
Yes.
okay, nice.
Everyone from everywhere. It's crazy. It's really, really crazy. And that experience was really, really crazy for me, especially because of that, because I think the World Cup today is the biggest event in the world,
Yeah, yeah,
more than Olympics, more
yeah,
than Olympics.
yeah, yeah.
It's
World Cup is
crazy.
number one.
It's
World-
crazy because even people who never like come to a match,
Yeah,
they go to World Cup,
yeah, yeah,
just to see
definitely.
that. And I think Paris this year was really crazy too. I was not there with the guys performing for breaking, but I was there rehearsing with them.
You mean at the Olympics?
Yeah, 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 with the
Ah,
Olympics. And I was with the guys a couple days before, helping with the rehearsal.
mm-hmm.
And then we have to perform for the opening ceremony for Paralympics too.
Ah,
And like,
okay.
bro, was like kind of weekends because they performed for breaking almost in the end of the Olympics,
Mm-hmm.
and because it was in the halftime show,
Mm-hmm.
and we have to perform like maybe 2 weeks later for the opening ceremonies for Paralympics in Paris. So we have all these days like really intense with the Olympic athletes and the Paralympic athletes.
You
So
you
for me was
did you live in the village then?
no, 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 no.
Ah,
We
okay.
was at the hotel,
Ah,
but we was kind of like with the athletes all the time.
but you've been to the village?
No, we didn't went there.
Ah,
Maybe because of the rules that we
yeah,
could
yeah, yeah.
not go there. Yeah.
You can't enter there. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But it was really nice because for the rehearsals,
yeah.
for all this thing, everyone was there and everyone was really humble. Like especially the most famous guys, they
Mhm.
was like really taking care, was really nice.
What do you think
And
was the most
yeah,
crowd you performed in front of?
the most crowded.
Yeah.
Oh, bro. I'm not sure if was this one, but if was not in UK or Kylie Minogue, you know Kylie Minogue, right?
No.
Yeah, we performed for Kylie Minogue in UK, and it was crazy too. I didn't mention that because it was really short. Well, the experience was really short, but was really dope. And was so many people, a lot
What,
of old people, bro. A lot
what
of
do you
old
think?
people.
How many people was there?
I cannot imagine, but I think was like more than 15,000.
More than 15,000.
Yeah, I think was more than it. And if was not that, was the opening ceremonies for Asian Para Games
Ah,
was in Indonesia,
okay,
and
okay.
that was in a stadium.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
So,
yeah.
so if was not this one,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah.
was the Calimino show,
Yeah.
but I think the ending ceremonies for Paralympic was kind of the same, like
Yeah,
20,000.
it's the full stadium, right? Yeah.
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 Nice.
But for me, honestly, I don't know for you,
Hmm.
because I know you have been presenting in many events too. I think to perform for few people is harder than perform to more people.
I mean, you see
Like,
details, bro. When
bro,
you dance in the stadium, not everybody see the details. You know what I mean?
if I'm in the stadium, I have been doing my best performance ever. But when I'm doing a shows for like five people, I have to do like 200%.
You also see the people, right? You can look them in the eyes, you know?
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Ah, that's so nice. So, and last favorite five, your favorite five cities you visited.
Oh, nice. Some friends gonna be like, they're gonna hate at me after this, but
Oh,
I say that every time. Tokyo is my favorite city.
Tokyo. Oh, nice.
Oh, Japan is my favorite country
And
ever.
you've been many times?
Yes,
Nice, nice, nice.
Japan is my favorite country.
Mm-hmm.
But if I have to say some cities like Tokyo,
Mm-hmm.
um, I like Porto. Porto is really nice, especially because I was living there.
And you can
And
speak Portuguese
it's
there, right?
kind of like my city. It's like nearby the coast, the food is good, the
Yeah,
weather is not too cold.
yeah.
So Porto, it's nice. I really love, man. I don't remember the name of the city. I think it's Washington, but it's in New Zealand.
Okay.
Bro, it's crazy. The way that they mix the nature and the
Mm-hmm.
buildings, all this stuff,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
it's crazy. I feel really like connected with the nature there.
Nice.
In New Zealand. I think LA is one of my favorite
Okay.
city, but I never lived there. I
Now
know
only
when
as a
you live
tourist.
is
Only as a
different.
tourist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, as a tourist, of course, of course. And if I have to say some city, some other city in Europe, bro, I think Amsterdam.
Amsterdam.
Yeah, Amsterdam. Because I spent a lot of time in Amsterdam and I had a really good time there too.
Yeah, and you danced many times with the Dutch guys, right?
Yes, with
The
the guys from HFC.
the Herling Kings, or how did you call yourself?
Yeah, HFC.
That's HFC. HFC.
Yeah.
Nice.
And also with the guys from Break Squad.
Yeah, oh,
Yeah.
shout out to them. Shout out to them.
Yeah.
So, and now to finish up the breaking show, we're gonna build the perfect breaker, right?
Mm.
So we have top rock, we have footwork, we have freezes, we have power moves, we have flavor, and we have fashion. So, and you give
Bro, people
one,
gonna hate me, bro.
of course you're gonna hate you. That's why I do it. Yeah. Can only choose one breaker. Top rock. Who do you choose?
Top Rock, Chacal.
Shaka.
Yeah, I have more people, but I think Chacal
We
is the
we have only space for one.
yeah, Chacal. I think Chacal is the main.
Okay.
And now is Footwork. Can I say myself?
Of course you can say yourself.
No, but one guy who have been inspiring me to doing like footwork, uh, I think probably for a lot of people too, is Zeshan.
Heavy
I
connect.
also did I also did a interview with him during the pandemic.
He's crazy.
Zeshan is
A fucking doctor. He's a doctor.
yeah, he's a
He's a
doctor.
doctor. Yeah. He smokes you and then he helps you get better, you know? Like, doctor, you smoked me. Can you help me with my, I have here
He
something.
kick you to the hospital and he gonna take care of you.
The diagnosis is too much cokes.
Yeah, now is freezes.
Freezes, yes.
Ah, bro. Oh, it's hard for freezes. I can say crumbs. Crumbs. I was thinking about some other people, but I think crumbs is the main.
He's the father of stacking freezes.
I could say rocks right, but crumbs is the main.
Oh, when I see Crocs right, shout out to him. When I see first time Crumbs do this, handstand, elbow, tuck, elbow,
Yeah, I think
power
crumbs.
moves.
I'm not gonna say a Chinese kid, bro.
No, no,
uh, I think power moves all the time. It's crazy. It's really hard. I think it's him, our man, Tiger. Yeah.
for me to
Yeah, now it's hard.
be honest, it's the end. The end is
Yeah, of course. Of
the end.
course. The end is the father of everything.
You know,
But I'm trying to make the best one.
of course, bro, it's your list. It's your perfect breaker. It's not
No,
mine.
the end for me, it's big inspiration. When I start breaking, I start to practice some power moves watching him. And him, Q, Liu G, he's like
When
crazy.
I saw him, he was judging, and his son sit on his lap. And I look at him and he said, "This is his son." And he saw, aha, this is the beginning. Okay,
Yeah.
flavor. This is a hard one. This is a real hard,
Oh, shit.
really
Because
hard.
we have a lot of like good
A
characters in the
lot,
scene.
a lot.
Bro, so many. And I don't want to push to my how can I say the way that I break.
I mean, there is no wrong answer.
Yes, yes. But if I have to choose a flavor, I really love the way that Ratin show his thing.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You
You
see,
know
there
the
is
thing
no,
about, the
bro,
tattoo, the
that
way that he move.
there is nothing wrong about nobody
Yeah,
can say anything.
yeah. I think Ratin is the flavor man.
Definitely, definitely good choice. And last but not least, we have fashion.
Bro, we all already have the answer here. Aleph.
Aleph. Nice.
He's
So,
the man.
Perninha's perfect breaker has the top rocks of Shakal, the foot
Uh,
of Session, the freezing
uh-huh.
crumbs with the power moves of Tiger, the flavor of Ratin, and he is dressed like Aleph. That's your perfect breaker song.
I
And
know if it's gonna work, but
I'm gonna, at the end of the year, I'm gonna make a list with all the guests and all their perfect breakers. And
nice.
we're gonna make a battle and the people can vote who can.
Oh, nice, nice, nice.
Because at the end of the year, I do every Sunday, you know. So at the end of the year, I have 52,
Shoo.
52 perfect breakers. And then I can make
You
one.
can make a battle.
Yeah. Brother, thank you so, so much.
Thank you so
Taking your
much, my
time.
man.
I mean, I could talk 2 more hours with you,
Yes, me
but
too.
it's not going to be the last time. We're going to have you for sure again on the show. I hope so. But for now, thank you so much for taking your time. Any last words and shout outs?
Yeah, thank you so much for you to having me. Like I mentioned in the beginning, it's a really pleasure. Like be part of it. Like it's a platform to that we can share not
Yes.
only my story or my background, but like a way to inspire more people
Yes.
that have been following me, and also like be one of the guests as the other guests that you bring. They are also my inspiration. So be part of it. Give me like more motivation to be
Nice.
in the game for
Cool.
more years. I know I still young, but I really like this kind of situations to give more inspiration
Mhm.
to also to myself to,
Yes. Yes.
let's go. I have to go. I have to go to
Yeah.
practicing. I have to study. I have to talk more. I have to learn another language.
Mhm.
So thank you so much for that. I really appreciate. And for all the people who gonna watch, I hope you can find your way I know the life sometimes is really hard. Doesn't
Up to
matter
that.
where you come from, you know. Yeah, I like to say the life is like a wave, no? So you go up and you go down every time, but it's not a wrong way. It's just a way that you have to find uh, your feelings. You have to find your like kind of uh, purpose in English, I
Purpose in
think is
life,
the
yes.
word, yes.
Mm-hmm.
And you're gonna make that works.
Yeah.
Obviously, with a lot of people who wanna help you
Mm-hmm.
with your, doesn't matter if it's your friend, your parents, I don't know,
Yeah.
but with the good people around you to push you to go
Yeah.
forward. And like I say every time when I do speeches, never give up
Yeah.
because give up is the easiest way to do.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
No excuses, no
No
limits.
excuses. No excuses, no limits, brother. I always I always like to say every human has something that the human can do better than anybody else. But you have to find it.
Yes,
You know what I mean? And
yes,
we found it in dance. And I found it even more in being a host,
yeah,
because being a host is even more easy for me than breaking, So I'm always, that's why I'm like this with hip hop, because I want to give back as much as possible.
yeah. Yeah, I think it's the same for me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Now, hey,
Thank you so
brother,
much.
thank you so much for all the
Thank you.
viewers. Yeah, subscribe now on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Comment who you want to see next. Notifications on. You never miss a video. Thumbs up. It's good for the algorithm. Become now a patron. Yeah, sports every month. So at the beginning of the month, you already have all the podcasts of the month. Yes, and when you watch this podcast, you know that we will have not only this guy, but we will have RoboZ from Germany, and we have B-Boy Special from Suicide Lifestyle. You know him? This is gonna break the internet, the podcast with him.
I have to see that.
It's gonna be my Cat Williams podcast. And thank you for watching. Thank you, Gisha, for supporting. Shout out to all patrons. Obrigado, my
Woo!
brother. See you soon, hopefully. And that was
Of
your favorite
course.
breaking show with your favorite B-boy host. Peace.